Okay, so with Euro 2025 just around the corner, let's go ahead and take a look at each nation's best player heading into the tournament. Switzerland, Geraldine Reuteler. Kicking off with tournament host Switzerland, step forward Geraldine Reuteler. And no, not you Alicia Lehmann, you can stay firmly stapled to the Juventus bench, linking up with 19-year-old influencers, desperately begging them to buy you a watch. Often deployed either in the heart of midfield or as a number 10. Reuteler has already contributed to 16 goals for Eintracht Frankfurt this season and will most likely play a key role if Switzerland are looking to progress far into the tournament. Norway, Graeme Hansen. Some of you might be wondering whether or not I'd give a mention to Ada Hegerberg. After all, she's a Ballon d'Or winner, right? Well, don't get it twisted, lads. She might have won a Ballon d'Or, but Hegerberg is a washed up dish rag these days who barely makes it off the bench for Lyon anymore, and arguably shouldn't even start ahead of Elisabeth Turland at the Euros. By contrast, Graeme Hansen scored 32 and assisting a ridiculous 28 times as Barcelona won the treble last season, proving time and time again to be the best winger on the planet. But considering Norway are visibly allergic to performing at major tournaments, this generational talent is virtually guaranteed to go to her grave, never having lifted the Ballon d'Or. I mean, it's no surprise that when you have a 35-year-old Maren Mjelde in your defense, you don't have as much as a prayer. Iceland, Glódís Vigosdóttir. Normally I would have picked Sveindis Jónsdóttir, but considering she's having a pretty underwhelming season, no thanks. Let's go for Bayern defender Glódís Vigosdóttir instead. The 29-year-old centre-back transferred to the German powerhouses in 2021, having since then established herself as one of the best defenders in the league, as the club are currently on course to win their third consecutive Bundesliga title. Her defensive intelligence, aerial ability and leadership qualities will sure come in handy for Iceland this summer. Finland, Emma Koivisto, qualifying themselves at the expense of Scotland, despite them literally having two of the world's best midfielders in their team. I mean, how bad can you be, Scotland? Goddamn. Disgraceful. Linda Sällström and Sunny Francie are both good shots, but I went for Koivisto instead, who during the 23-24 season ran the show for Liverpool from right wing back, guiding the club to 4th place in the WSL last season, and is now a crucial pillar in defense of both AC Milan and the Finnish national. Portugal, Andrea Jacinto. The obvious choice here would have been Portuguese talisman Kika Nazareth, but upon doing the recording for this video, I noticed that she'd suffered an ankle injury, ruling her out for the Euros indefinitely, so I went for the very underrated Andrea Jacinto instead. At just 22 years of age, the Real Sociedad midfielder is proving to be by far one of the best box-to-box midfielders in Spain. Her exceptional vision and passing accuracy combined with a defensive capability. Let's just say that if she displays these kinds of performances in Switzerland, it won't be long before big clubs start circling around her like sharks. Belgium, Tessa Bullard. With 88 goals from 141 the caps. Inter Milan forward is Belgium's all-time record goal scorer, and having won golden boots in the Netherlands, Belgium and the English WSL, she's most definitely still their best player. But at 32 years of age, this could likely be her final international tournament. Spain, Aitana Bonmatí. It's obviously between Bonmatí and Putellas, but considering Aitana still managed to hit double digits for goals and assists in 5 consecutive seasons while playing a slightly more defensive role, is 5 years Putellas' junior, and not to forget is also higher rated on FIFA. I'll be picking her instead. Italy, Manuela Giuliano. For Italy, Manuela Giuliano stands tall as their best player at the moment, having contributed to 48 goals and assists in her last 2 seasons for AS Roma. The attacking midfielder combines top-notch playmaking with elegant dribbling and a good end product. Germany, Laura Freigang. With Lena Oberdorf out injured, Lea Schüller barely scraping minutes off the bench for Bayern this season, and Alexandra Popp having retired from international duty, that only leaves midfielders Sjoeke Nüsken and Laura Freigang. Chelsea fans will probably have me shot for this, but the Frankfurt midfielder edges out Nüsken by the slimmest of margins, and is currently on course to become Bundesliga player of the season, currently on 23 goal contributions in 22 games for the season. That is more than a goal a game from midfield. Mental. Who does she think she is? Mesut Ozil? Denmark, Pernille Harder. Having been Denmark's best player for over over a decade now, Pernille Harder is still one of the best midfielders in women's football, offering a solid work rate combined with a reliable goal-scoring threat from midfield. Sweden, Johanna Rytting-Kaneryd. It's often difficult picking a standout player for Sweden. Magdalena Eriksson, Stina Blackstenius, Fridolina Rolfö, some will say Hanna Beninsson. Those are the same people that need their eyeballs checked for food poisoning. My pick of the bunch is Rytting-Kaneryd, who has been electric on the wing for Chelsea in these past few seasons and will provide the Swedes with both pace and trickery at the upcoming tournament. Poland, Eva Pajor. Who am I going to pick for Poland? Oh, how about the striker who scored over 20 goals for Barcelona this season? Arguably the deadliest striker in the women's game, Eva Pajor signed for Barcelona during the summer transfer window, is already on 35 goal contributions for the season, and pretty much single-handedly qualified Poland for Euro 2025 with a last-minute winner against Austria in the playoffs. The female Lewandowski will be in the hunt for goals in Switzerland, and who knows, against the likes of Denmark and Sweden, her nation might stand a chance of progressing past the group stages. Wales' Jessica Fish qualifying for Euro 2025 at the expense of Ireland. Wales are pinning their hopes on 38-year-old Jess Fish to be their standout player at the tournament. But don't get me wrong, she's not a bad player, providing 6 goals and 6 assists in their qualifying campaign. But don't get it twisted, at 38 years of age, I can already see the likes of Jess Park and Sandy Baltimore running circles around this literal grandma. England, Kira Walsh. Considering most people would choose between Lauren James, Bethany Mead and Lauren Hem, I went for the safer option and chose Kira Walsh instead. The 27-year-old has won pretty much everything there is to win and is arguably the most technically gifted player in the England squad when it comes to picking a pass, intercepting loose balls and advancing the play. The Netherlands, Vivianne Miedema. Who else was I gonna pick? Jacinta Weimar? A pregnant Lika Martens? Katja Snoeis? I'd rather jump off the nearest cliff. 3 goals from 23 bastard caps against the likes of Vietnam is a disgrace. How is she still making these squats for with every failed attempted hold-up and mistimed attempted goal booted out of the stadium? This girl was clearly more busy trying to triangulate her goddamn home planet than actually making herself useful for her country. But no, by contrast, the Dutch all-time record goal scorer combines an elite first touch with absolute ruthlessness in front of the ball. And if the Netherlands pose any significant threat at the tournament, she will be guaranteed to be at the center of it all.
Meisje Miedema, die is een beetje de weg kwijt.
Meisje Miedema, ja.
Meisje Miedema, ja.
France, Kadidiatou Diagne. The 29-year-old winger plays for a Lyon side yet to lose a game all season. Was a penalty shootout away from carrying her nation to the World Cup semi-finals. And will be hoping to replicate that same elite goal-scoring form in Switzerland this summer.